So as you'll remember, in Vienna, ahead of the semifinals and grand final of Eurovision 2015, we stood outside Wiener Stadthalle with our cameras pointed, looking for fan fashion.
I know, and do you remember, William, we stood by the VIP entrance for like what seemed forever, and then suddenly you had that magic switch.
I was like, VIPs wear suits, they do not look fabulous. So we went to the poor section, and we tried to find people wearing do-it-yourself, made-at-home basics, and they turned out. And we've been running a poll on wiwibloggs for Eurovision's Next Top Fan 2015, and we're going to look at the results.
Absolutely.
You ready?
Let's do this!
Oh my god, Devin, we have landed on planet PKN. Yes, these Finnish fans are giving us some blue and white intergalactic realness.
Absolutely, but you really have to love it to get sucked into it. And I do love it.
Blue and white, it's not, for me, the most appealing combination, but they've really elevated this somehow. They've taken what could be rather drab and made it absolutely fab. If you look on the collars, they actually have some studded spikes, hinting at danger, you know, interplanetary space travel. And I love how this woman is along for the ride, you know. This is not just an LGBT event, it's also an S event for supporters and straights. And they are coordinating from H to T. What's that stand for?
Head to toe, baby.
The category is Oompa Loompa Feathered Realness. These Dutch fans, they are serving it. Again, head to toe orange. It's like they fell into a vat of orange juice or drank a lot of orange juice. I mean, I just love this. And there are 3 of them. That's a lot of work.
I do like it, and a part of me wishes that they had taken Triantia with them on the ride. Perhaps she wouldn't have got the Barbara Dex award. These 3 men are orange, just like Gerald Joling's face, and they are working every angle. I know the hats aren't exactly Carmen Miranda, but the feathers around the neck gives you that little Hawaiian vibe. I love it. It's orange, it's fabulous, it's tango.
OMG, we have a British fan here who is serving Spice Girl Peak of Fame realness. Union Jack head to toe. I'm loving the sequin skirt, the flash of leg, and the casual Converse.
You know what? What's really fabulous about this British fan is that her name is actually Alexandra Lynch, and she decided before Beyonce to become Sasha. Dyed her hair red, and she is on the roll. She spins a Union Jack outfit like no other.
It's just a shame that Electro Velvet couldn't have this level of sass, originality, ingenuity, fabulosity. You know, she's got a real spark, this girl. I've never met her, but I can see the passion from within bleeding into her clothing. I love how she's an English rose. Her skin is very white.
Very porcelain.
Yes, very snow. I mean, just
very deathly.
Oh, very Downton Abbey. Very pre-tanning bed. It's just fabulous.
Everything about her oozes high fashion, and what I do love about her is how she can access not so high fashion by mixing it with a pair of Converse trainers.
And you know, she's actually given us a quote on wiwibloggs. In the post, she says, quote, "I'm just gonna throw on these old Converse to be comfortable. Nobody is gonna notice." Well, you know what? The cameras from wiwibloggs are always rolling, and we noticed, and baby, we love it. This pair of Swedish housewives know how to cook, and we think they're packing some meatballs down under. They've brought along a beer-guzzling friend for the ride.
Absolutely, and you know, this is when it gets really IKEA. The colours, yellow, blue and white. But they make it work. I particularly love the Goldilocks detail in their hair.
I love how they've got this very pure Sanna Nielsen look, and it contrasts with their friend who is like a Swedish clown. He's giving us blue and yellow face paint realness.
Nothing is given away here. It's cohesion, it's coordination, and even with the clown in their mix, they're hoisting an LGBT flag.
Oh, it's fabulous. You know, and I love a woman who's brave enough to drink a Carlsberg beer. Cheers to you, baby. Here we have Joey Essex and his friend Open Toe Sally. I'm loving the only way is Essex vibe they're giving us here. You know, it's very casual. You wouldn't expect it to work, you know, gold open-toed shoes with some kind of like zebra print hot pants and, you know, a kind of cut-off black tank, but it really works.
It does, and you know what? Joey Essex is really channeling that Lisa Angel vibe. You know, there's that realness seeping through. his fashion. And with such beautiful faces, you don't need to accessorize so much.
It's true. I like the angelic face, but then the dark black coloring. It suggests a little bit of naughty and nice. You don't know what you're going to get. So, Debin, with contestant number 12, the Viking princess, I'm not sure if she's ready to sail the 7 seas, whether she's ready to prepare some lingonberry sauce, or whether she's gonna beat a baby seal, the club, over the head. She looks sweet, but I think she could also be nasty.
And I don't know whether she comes from Sweden or the Sea of Galilee. It's mixed messages for me. Viking princess is good, but could be better.
It's also very Oktoberfest. I'm just waiting for her to start serving beer. My other favorite detail is this man looking over her shoulder on the right. He's like, hey, I want to have my moment. I'm sorry, up the fashion stakes and then you can.
I know, but he's a bit of a bad accessory in this shot. And to be honest, Viking princess though, the saving grace is she's got an absolutely beautiful face. As we zoom in on the face, she's just got that softness to her. But as far as wardrobe goes, she could do with a little bit of help.
Don't let her hear you say that. She might eat your heart. Contestant number 10, Bunny in a tank top. He has come from Israel, and we know that bunnies are known to shag, and something tells me this bunny probably shagged in Vienna.
Something tells me it's a cutout at the back. You know what? El Al has flown in a bunny to Vienna, and we are loving this bunny. Very simple, yet very effective.
You know, it shows that you just need a simple accessory to elevate your entire look. Because, you know, if he didn't have the bunny ears, it would just be man in cheap vest, which happens to have the Star of David. But instead, he's added bunny ears with the Israeli flag, and it becomes this outfit of national pride and hotness. Swedish superhero.
Yeah!
Well, look at that. She's back and better than ever. We, of course, remember her as the Viking princess, but she proves she is not a one-trick pony. She's wearing blue head-to-toe spandex with a gold cape. And up close and personal, we actually talked, and she said that her eyes were lined with gold. The glitter was going into her eye. Did it get into your eye?
Constantly. So if they're a bit red, it's because I'm crying. But it's all worth it. I'll do it for Måns. I'll do it for Sweden.
But for Måns Zelmerlöw, it was worth it.
Absolutely. Nyköping or Arlanda, we need to have this woman throw us a welcome party at the airport.
Absolutely. She needs to be on that wall of fame.
She needs to be on Scandinavian Airlines welcoming us from London.
And she needs to not charge us for our in-flight meal. Contestant number 5, Jessica Malboy's mother. Her arms have gone missing, but we know that they're there. How else could she hold up that Aussie inflatable kangaroo? She's put the miles to get to Eurovision, having traveled all the way from down under. Good day, mate.
Having Australia at the 60th anniversary of the Eurovision Song Contest was a great thing, even for the fashion stakes. And obviously, Jessica Malboy's mother has proved that, yes, we can have a party from our guests down under.
And you know, I approached her inside the press center just before the grand final. She was surrounded by a group of fans, but you know what? She wasn't nervous. She said, y'all back off, give the cameraman some space. She wanted her moment to shine. Contestant number 21, the beer-guzzling Danes. Their dizzying suits are almost avant-garde, while her simple dress is super glam. We bow at her cross and worship. All hail, all hail.
You know what? In Copenhagen, when you're at the pub having a drink and actually about to have a drink, you have that moment of toasting where you go, Skål! This is Skål all the way to my deuce part. It's the way you are. It's the way that you are. I'm loving this look.
I'm loving how they're almost silly because these suits are so dizzying you would never actually wear them in public to be taken seriously, whereas her dress is actually very elegant. She's serving me some Caroline Wozniacki blonde realness, and the cross, it crosses just north of her navel and south of her boobies. You just want to worship. Contestant number 8, Golden Boy. This British Eurovision fan loves Nadav Gwedge, so much so that he turned himself into the Golden Boy that the Israeli star sings about. The cape, the lettering, the hat, he is going for gold, and we are living it.
I'm glad you said living it and not loving it, because I love it and I'm living it. I just want to take flight with him with that cape.
It smacks of the Harry Potter invisibility cape, but then it turns it around, because with this, you are going to be seen, you are going to be sighted, the sun, it will hit you and it will bounce back. This, to me, it's one of my personal favorites. Contestant number 24, a drag queen dressed as Eternity, dressed as Aminata. Now, we are still trying to figure this one out. Her friend Spanish flag...
Can I just stop you there, William? There's nothing to figure out. What better way to build bridges than to merge Spain with Latvia and goodness knows what from the past?
How are those construction workers gonna build the damn bridge when they see this bodacious body? This is too much and I am loving it. I mean, her friend's Spanish flag suggests Adorne, as do her curves and attitude, yet her dress smacks of Aminata. So we're just going to conclude this is a drag queen dressed as Adorne, dressed as Aminata. Contestant number 22, the Jutland Farmers. Now, we don't know much about Danish agricultural life, but we have a strange feeling these fans have at times milked cows, fed pigs, ridden ponies, done things in the hay we cannot talk about. Are there underwear made of deer skin?
Well, this Lederhosen, as far as I'm concerned, actually originates from Germany, so I'm not quite sure how it made it to Jutland. They are Danish bacon.
Danish bacon in the house. I may be vegan, but I'm gonna switch my diet up. Get me some of that pork, y'all. There's something very sensual about this pair.
Sensual? I would say primal.
Brokeback Mountain? What would be the Danish equivalent?
I would say primal. Everything about this oozes rawness. It oozes, let's get back to bed, boy. Sarah Connor, Germany.
Yes, but despite the fact they're wearing similar looks, they have distinct personalities. Let's zoom in on the face on the left. This man is pure naughtiness. You can see that he lived. Look under his eyes. He has been up to no good and made some people feel real good. And look at the finger extension. We don't want to know where that's been. And this man on the right...
The man on the right has just sniffed those fingers. And
Oh my
really pleased with the result.
There's something very, authoritative about this man on the right. A master type complex. Like, he would be head teacher, head boy. There's something just head of the class.
Left is backing into right is wearing a smile. This works for me.
Contestant number 9, Golden Girl. This Israeli fan is more blue and white than gold, but we love her look anyway. We just hope the flags in her head didn't end up in anyone's eye inside the arena. You know what? She's got this beautiful flowing hair, Devin, and I think it's the perfect platform for these Israeli flags. Lord knows she could hold up a few more things with that hair. It's so big. Oh my god. Take her to the Dead Sea. She is giving me life.
For me, she's playing it safe. She's a beautiful girl. Stunning to look at. I give her that, but I really urge her to come back next year in Stockholm and really put an effort.
What?
This is just flags.
Devin, she's giving us flags in 4 different sizes and textures. You've got the large flag across the back. You've got the medium flag in her right hand. You've got 2 small flags hanging, poking out of her head. And you've got an inflatable flag in a different shade of blue. That's baby blue in hammer form. She's a warrior.
I applaud the use of Star of David, but innovation gets you further.
She's putting the star in the Star of David. Look at her beautiful complexion. I mean, she is a child of all nations. If you looked at her, you could not guess where she's from.
Yeah, she markets to different...
Italian, Brazilian, Lebanese, Saudi Arabian, American, Argentinian, Spanish.
The list goes on.
Filipino. She could be anyone.